Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. My name is Duncan Alderdice, and in this series, I make short videos in the morning on my walk as I talk through my thoughts, as I try to put my life back together again. Hey, that's pretty good. We're getting good at that. Today's topic is going to focus on the movie Backrooms, actually, funny enough, as well as procrastinating. But because I'm going with my mom and brother to see the movie Backrooms today. We're either going to go at 140 time or 440 time. No, because that would be the middle of the night. It's also really cold. It's also might be windy, and I'm sorry about that. All of those things. But so that's that. I think all I know about Backrooms, and I'm glad I'm going into it rather blind, is that there are people that are on YouTube that did it, but it kind of is just like this weird camera style, like old vintage or like analog type digital camera thing. Well, I'm pretty sure digital or analog is not digital. Can you have an analog camera, or is that just sound? I don't know. Anyways, but it's just this kind of vibe where it's like really eerie, and there's just the room's empty, and then you just don't know if something's gonna jump out at you, or it's just an unsettling mood. I'm hoping, I don't want to look into much. I'm hoping it isn't very jump scary, because I don't like jump scares, because it's just kind of cheap horror. I like horror, but like it won't be sophisticated in its delivery of making you feel off, or don't just go like, ah, like that's how you scare me. Like that's like all you did is now I just don't trust you. You know what I mean? I just don't want to look at the screen, rather than like building suspense. Like, I don't know if you've seen the movie Weapons. It's a really good one. But there's this scene where one of the characters, there's like a deranged person. There's one of the characters is in the car, and they're scouting out a house. It's so windy, and it's so annoying. It's not even that windy, but I just know you're going to hear the whole time. There's a character sitting in the car, and they're looking across the road, looking at a house, scouting it out, like a police scout thing. I don't know what that's called. It's a word for it. Or a heist, but it's not a heist. It's a scout heist. Anyways, but then in the middle of the night, the door opens, and the person who's scouting is asleep. And then it's like just dark, you don't see anything, but then you see this deranged person who's like kind of stumbling come out, and they're like wobbling forward, and they got a knife in their hand, and the knife is up in the air, and they're wobbling forward, and the music is just kind of something, wobbling forward, and they just keep going up. It probably takes 45 seconds for them to get up and close to the car, and at that point, the camera is panned to how the person is asleep, and then the deranged person comes next to the car and is looking right in. The deranged person is just kind of standing there staring, scary, tense. The person's still asleep. But not only that, is then the deranged person keeps walking. It's like, oh, okay, they're gone. And then they go on the other side, and then you hear dunk, dunk, ding, ding, like you hear the door open on the other side, and it's like, oh my god. Oh shit, what's gonna happen? And I won't ruin the rest of the scene if you want to see it. And I'm sorry that there's wind. The weather's not cooperating, ever. But like, it's just, if I don't walk, I can feel no wind. But if I do walk, I just feel that there's so much wind. It's like, I need to get a windsock or some sort of dead cat snuff thing to go on the camera. There's a million things. Anyways, from the person looking at the way the scene ends, and the entire time you're on edge, you really want to watch where you're looking away, and it's just, it feels like, and I'm frustrated because I have been mistricked by other movies that I'm going like, oh, that tense scene, that is when you're going to then do a jump scare, which sucks, but it doesn't do that. And then so it's like, that's the good sort of unsettling feeling that I think it's just done well, and I like that, which I am hoping Backrooms is about, or like, I don't know if it is, going to be about that, but it could be. It might not. Either case, I'm going in with as little information as possible, or only the information that I have right here. Okay. I'm going to turn around because we don't have much more to talk about. It's very cloudy right here, so you can tell. I don't know if you can tell. But like walking this way, sun wasn't directly on my face, so then my face isn't nearly as overexposed as it normally is. So it's probably going to be like bluish skies, but like a darker gray blue, and then all of the nature will be green. But so that's what's going to happen. Then tomorrow I'll give my review of it. Then the other thing is we're going to talk about procrastinalization. No, procrastination. Procrastinalization is a word that means to, well, it's like the combination of rationalization and procrastination. And it's more when you are doing an activity with feels like the work but isn't the work, but you can easily trick your mind into saying that you did do work even though you didn't do the right work that you should have been doing, and therefore you can't really count it as working. Like, an easy example is relevant to me is like going, you can work on your business, like reach out to people. Say, that's working on your business. You also can work on your business in a way where you just watch a bunch of videos talking about business. That, entertaining, educating, but not actually making progress. But it feels like you might be doing something, but it's not. One of the things that I'm procrastinating is the AI automation business group. The AI automation business group that I joined is, there's like a 30-day challenge that I have to follow. I don't even have to do more than an hour a day at this point, but I just keep pushing it. There's some sort of emotional resistance to me doing it because I think it's a real thing. And then I'm pushing it off. Today I'm going to crank out a bunch. Or I'm just deciding that's how I'm going to start my morning. There's also a team call at 10 o'clock. But I think it's just more, I want the first dopamine hit I get for the day to be working on that particular task. Rather than, yesterday it was like video editing, and then I did video editing, then I was looking into thumbnails, then I was looking into different sort of words, and then I went a deep dive on IQ and how to measure it and predict it. And then there was like, oh, what type of personality best predicts people's usage with AI? I don't know. I went that rabbit hole. And then it's like in the evening, I'm procrastinating doing the hour of work on the business thing on the side by editing these videos, which that's not as much procrastinalization as much as just procrastinating productively. But I'm prioritizing the wrong thing because it's just like, I just need to get some sort of thing done. But that's where I'm going to start when I get back. I still need to workshop the ending to this in one of these videos, which I haven't done. But it's good. The other thing, I'm getting discouraged or comparing my channel to other people's success or whatever, or seeing the first video did well in terms of getting like 200 something views, and the ones that are following are just like fewer than that, like less than 10. But the thing I need to remember is, well, the thing I remind myself is when I did this the first time, over a year, there were 62 different people who chose to click subscribe, who I did not know. And so it's like going, okay, well, the name of this content, this is not nearly as viral of content as like, look at this giant tree Lamborghini sauce, you know? And I'm discovering it. So that's kind of like, this isn't by its default interesting to someone who doesn't know me. But the point in starting and then continuing with it is that I will get better across all dimensions. And then this part will pay off in a half decade or a decade. And that's the realistic target I need to keep in mind. But so The other thing that I was thinking about is just going to bed on time. I'm doing, but I'm not falling asleep. My mind's racing on other things. But then when I wake up and I'm good. Like, my circadian rhythm gets me up at like 7:44 on the dot. But we got to get there earlier. We take a train on Tuesday. Got to get dry cleaning tomorrow. Now I'm just saying things that are coming to mind. And I appreciate you listening to them all the way to the end. And I know you know this already, but I'll say it again, is that desire is what drives you forward. The pain you're going through is necessary. That is why you need to believe in yourself, because you're more capable of doing great things than you give yourself credit. Lean in, aim up, and move forward. Yes, you can. Yes, you will.